By golly, where do I start, guys? It's a Monday morning, 7 o'clock sharp a.m., and what's better to start the week off than arguing with a guy like Ninja? I know a lot of you guys out there want to do it, but this time around, still making, I would say, a pretty solid point that tons of pro players out there, tons of streamers, and top players across many games can probably agree with, that being him directly calling out Fortnite aim assist being Aimbot. I'm saying because it's Fortnite, as a few Call of Duty pro players actually responded, not knowing in particular what game he was talking about. He is talking about the most egregious, and I would say the most talked about aim assist across all esports out there. If you still refer to Fortnite as an esport, let's just consider it to be one for the sake of this argument, guys. Then yes, he's referring to Fortnite aim assist quite literally being Aimbot, as he took to Twitter with a classic Ninja hot take. As he states, just play with a controller on PC for the second time in 2 days. I've competed in several games at a competing level on both controller and mouse and keyboard. You cannot tell me that with 100% strength aim assist and linear settings that using a controller is not Aimbot. And plenty of player responses. In fact, guys, thousands of responses out there, I would say a majority of which do agree with him, because when it comes to comparing Fortnite to other games out there, there is really no comparison on the strength of this aim assist. Also, though there are so many angles on this, let me take the safe way out and say I agree with Shroud and the many pro players out there who state that mouse and keyboard players never belong in competition alongside controller players. This never becomes an issue as long as everyone has the same devices and the same opportunities and the same fair play that everyone else has. But when you compete against each other on two separate devices, two separate pieces of technology with varying types of buttons and number of buttons, we're gonna have these issues and we're always gonna have these complaints. So I'm gonna take Shroud's way out. He said it best. But along with that, though, we have a game like Fortnite and other games out there, especially in the battle royale genre, like Warzone as well, taking off and doing very well. If you have a cross-platform game, how do you adjust? Because we can't just say they don't belong together, because, well, frankly, they're playing together. They're competing against each other, and especially when it comes to cash-prized events, we have seen a rise of controller players out there. Guys, I covered for the first time ever here on this channel, we saw a Fortnite pro player switch from mouse and keys to controller. Like, legitimately, that's going to be Epic Whale, one of the top Fortnite pros out there. You cannot name another time in history of esports that someone else from Call of Duty or CSGO or other games out there have actually done it. Albeit, let me also state that those games, obviously aren't cross-platform, so the opportunity to switch is not usually there. Fortnite is such a big rarity, and that's why this debate is so good, because how do you fix it? Do you fix it? And there's always the counter-argument that mouse and keyboard overall has the advantages when it comes to so many other things besides close engagements and maybe mid-fight aim assist as well. Besides all of that, mouse and keyboard does have the advantages, and so can any developer out there actually solve them and actually balance the field between controller and mouse and keyboard? Maybe. Will that be Epic Games? There's not a chance. I just hope we can all calm down and see where a guy like Ninja is coming from. This following just last week, he was talking about the henchmen also in Fortnite, them directly pretty much having Aimbot. He brought back up the Phase Jarvis case, which we love to talk about as well. I'm just going to show you guys this clip so we can take a brief breath and relax before we talk about this whole ongoing debate again.
Their aggro range needs to chill. Are you fucking kidding me? What?
I'm just not sure where this one goes. I wish of all the games out there to go cross-plat and be as successful as Fortnite was and still possibly could be. We've talked a lot about all the pro players and content creators leaving this game for Valorant, for Warzone, for other esports because, well, let's be honest, Epic Games does not treat their game competitively very well or as an esport entirely. I wish it was Call of Duty or CSGO or League of Legends to go cross-platform and we could experiment of how to actually balance these two separate devices. As of right now, this will continue to be a huge debate, especially as we hopefully approach some more Fortnite events. We have seen a drastic rise of controller success throughout FNCS as well as Cash Cups. Can that transmit to actual LAN events as well? That's where this debate's only going to get all the worse because we have players like Aqua winning the first official LAN event for controller players, doing very well in other cash prized events online as well. That transition is slowly being made, and eventually, if Epic Games wants to continue to operate as an esport, they will have to respond and balance this out in some way or another. Whether it's taking away aim assist, adjusting it, but also making adjustments to reduce some advantages that mouse and keyboard has, this debate will continue, and I'm going to continue debating it for all of you guys and talking about it. God, I love this. You know, I was so distracted throughout most of this video because yesterday we gained 500 subs. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to be breaking down esports and gaming news every single day, all day long, every hour on the hour. We're pumping out videos. Thanks to all of you guys in my DMs. Trust me, I read most of them, and all of you guys who send me video ideas, I am slowly getting to all of them. It just turns out in this wide world of esports and gaming, there's endless content. I'm trying to get to it all. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys back here sometime very soon.